In this video, I'm going to explain how the pricing options work for your products in the RPMWare store. From the dashboard, click on Brands. Then you're going to click on one of the brands that's active in the store. In our demonstration store, we have all the brands active, so we'll pick AEM for our example. In each brand, you will see groups, and then you'll see individual items. Groups and individual items can be priced separately. For a brand itself, though, we have a few pricing options. First, we can price the whole brand by clicking on Pricing and setting default pricing. This is the pricing that everyone sees. There are other options to set different pricing for different groups of the customers, but that's another lesson. In this video, we're just going to focus on the basic pricing options. For the default customers, we have a few options. One option is to sell everything at MSRP with a specific discount. For some brands, this might make sense because you don't have any sort of official MAP pricing. You might think everything in this brand will sell for 10% off the MSRP. I know I'll be safe at that number. If you wanted to sell your AEM products at 10% off the MSRP, all you do is choose the MSRP, percentage discount, and then 10. Then hit Save, and that will be your pricing. You also have the option to take a specific dollar amount off the MSRP, but we only recommend that at the individual item level, not at the brand level. For brands with MAP pricing like AEM, you're just going to want to leave it at MAP. The way you do that is make sure this first column has MAP pricing selected. Then it doesn't really matter what you pick here, either discount or fixed percentages. What is very important is that you put zeros in here. Whatever number you put in this column is going to be a discount off the MAP price. You don't want to discount MAP. For most of the brands, if MAP pricing is available, you'll want to set MAP, set your percentage discount to 0, and press Save. That will get the MAP data you have into the system. Let's look at our MAP data a little closer. Keep in mind your data comes from the manufacturer and some of the data doesn't come as often as you might like. As an example, let's take a look at a product group. For each brand, there are item groups or product groups that you can set pricing for here, in addition to or instead of the main pricing. So we set the pricing for the entire brand here at MAP, but let's say you have a sale on these brute force intakes. You can take $10 off MAP and not get in trouble, right? Let's look at the pricing on this group of brute force intakes and look at the items in this intake, and you'll see the date modified. This is the date of the data that we have at the time this video was shot. This is about 2 months old. Within the last month, AEM may have changed MAP on some of these parts. Who knows? But in the case of AEM, we're probably right on the money here. With some of the other brands, we have data that's quite a bit older. This is just something to keep in mind. Anyway, we have these brute force intakes. I can set my pricing to be a fixed dollar amount off MAP. And again, this is assuming we have the ability to make a sale price, and we aren't going to violate MAP to do it. We set our fixed amounts discount to $10, and that'll take $10 off of MAP. When I hit Save, almost the entire AEM brand will remain at MAP pricing, but this brute force intake product group will now be priced at $10 less than MAP. What if these brute force intakes are really hot and you can't keep them in stock? Instead of taking $10 off MAP, I'm going to add $20 to MAP. Believe it or not, you can use the fixed amount discount to add to the price. Here's the trick. You set your dollar amount to a negative number. If you set a negative $20 discount, you're actually asking the customer for $20 more. That's what I'm going to do here. You're going to save our fixed pricing discount for the brute force intakes to a negative $20 discount off of MAP, which means you're going to be $20 over MAP on all these. Now, let's just do one more thing here. Let's say that on just one of these intakes, you want to have a special discount. Let's just pick a random part number here, this one. 21-8032DS. You don't want to sell it for MAP. You want to sell it for $350. All you do is go to pricing for this individual part number. I'm going to set, it doesn't really matter what I set here, MAP or MSRP. I set it to a fixed price. You just put $350 in here and hit Save. Now, keep in mind, you don't want to put dollar signs or percentages in here. You put only $350 in to set the price. Pricing can be a little confusing because you don't always get to see the pricing at the individual level. And if you want to go back, you have to go back to the top. What this means is you want to sit down and figure out what your pricing should be, set the settings in the RPMWare system, and then go into your store and verify that everything is set the way you want it. To recap what we've done here, for the AEM brand, we're setting the pricing at MAP. For the product group, brute force intakes, we're setting the pricing at MAP plus $20. We entered a negative $20 to set it to $20 over MAP. And last but not least, we took a specific item, 21-8032DS, and set the pricing at a flat $350. About pricing that's below MAP. If you did that, you would probably get in trouble. And the examples used in this video are just to illustrate how our system works. Here are other tips about pricing. It's always a good idea to check your pricing even when you have an AEM type brand where you get lots of great data from them. It's also always a good idea to spot check pricing. What we recommend is going to some product group that you know to be popular, like the AEM dry flow panel filter. Just spot check, verify the price at MAP. Then check a couple more popular items in your inventory against MAP. Are your prices what they should be? If not, it's very easy to fix. It's always a good idea to check your pricing because even though we get data from the manufacturers probably faster than any other industry, we still end up with data that isn't 100%. If you see any data that doesn't look correct, feel free to open a support ticket to let us know. So that's how to manage the pricing options in your RPMWare store and keep your pricing updated. Thanks for watching.